Welcome back to the P&P Show. I'm Peyton.
And I'm Preston.
And today we're going to be bringing you guys episode 3 of the show.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start off with, we have 3 things we're going to talk about, 3 main things. We're going to talk about the Australian Open and what happened this morning in the Final Four. We're going to get into Michigan and Michigan State's rivalry game tonight. Going to be a big game.
Yes, sir.
Top 10 matchup in the country. And then we're going to talk about Bill Belichick getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things today, man. And Episode 2 was fun, man. We appreciate the support and the good feedback. And in the background, guys, we threw some different jerseys up. And Devin, shout out to you, bro, for the Caleb recommendation. And guys, if you want to see like certain jerseys or like players, just like comment it. Obviously, you know, whatever the funds are, we'll try to see if we can do, you know, what we can do to get the jerseys.
We want to put back into the channel whatever we can.
Yeah, and I feel like the jersey wall is, you know, one of the, you know, things that we got going on right now that, you know, we enjoy. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. First, we're going to get into this Michigan State rivalry game. It's going to be a good one, man. It's at Sparty.
Top 10 matchup in the country. Number 3, Michigan facing off against
number 7, Michigan State.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a great game. Tom Izzo came out 2 days ago, said he hates Michigan. He hates everything about him.
I loved the response too, like the full footage. Because it was like, man, he's like,
you gotta hate him.
Yeah, he's like, you have to, but he's like, I
respect him.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, man, he's like, I don't care if people hate me when I die. He's like, as long as they respect me.
Yeah.
He's just such a class act.
Izzo's a great coach.
Izzo's a great guy. He's
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer as soon as he hangs it up.
Yeah, whenever he decides.
I mean, he's so
first ballot.
Crazy. He's able.
Is Bill Belichick first ballot? Obviously not.
We'll get into that later.
That's gonna be fun. I can't believe that.
Okay, so we'll talk about it later.
Yes. Okay. So Michigan.
I've got some mixed opinions. I'll say that
for sure. Michigan State. Michigan's land 1.5 points, pretty much a pick 'em, -125 on the money line.
Yeah, pick 'em either way, pretty much.
It's gonna be a great game. Michigan likes to get up and down the court.
Yes, sir.
Average 90 points. I think they're 18th or 17th fastest playing team in the country. While on the other side, Michigan State is the 273rd pace of play team in the country. So they play slow. I think they like to get in their bigs a lot, play through, you know, Jackson Kohler and the guys down low on the block.
Man, Kohler can shoot that ball, though.
He can play, man.
Dog, no, but he can shoot.
I think 40%. I think he's 50, 40, 90 club right now.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
It's
balling. Crazy how much he's developed. Because I remember he came as a freshman, and dude was just all hook shots and all, like...
Great. Yeah, great in the post.
But, like, he could not shoot worth a lick. And I remember he would shoot back then, and I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
It's not a bad-looking shot, kind of off his
It's not a bad-looking shot, but I just knew... from high school, because I knew him coming up out of high school as well, playing, who did he play for?
I want to say he played it for Watch Tech Academy out of high school.
Watch Tech, thank you. I knew he was at school I was familiar with.
That might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did.
I think that is where he was.
He was nice there. I remember he was a freshman when he was young.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I saw him grow up, and he never really was a big-time shooter, even back in high school. And this year, like, watching Michigan State, I'd see him shoot threes at, like, the beginning of the season, and I'm like, that's a bad shot to start the year. And he hit like 3 or 4 of them in like one game, and like not even one game, but just like a couple play sequence.
He can shoot it.
And I was amazed with the development that he's had on his jump shot, and it's quite cool to see, especially when you see a player grow up, you know, like that.
Yes.
Like you talked about, like we saw him come up on the map early as like a freshman playing for Watch Tech.
Yeah, so they're, you know, the guy who runs the show for him, Jeremy Fears, the floor general, coming off a career game the other night. I mean, I think he's been rolling the last few games. I know 29 points last game.
And then 17 in the game before that.
Yeah, so he's playing probably the best ball he's played in his career, which is, you know, perfect time to get going as March is approaching. I think it starts and ends with him on the offensive side of the ball, of course.
Yeah. So what do you think the key things are going to be for Michigan to take either him? I feel like him and Kohler are the 2 biggest weapons that Michigan State has to offer. Obviously, you have Cohen Carr. High flying,
he's been playing
super
great
athlete,
too. He's been all over the boards.
You're right, and I mean, like to keep a guy off the glass like that is hard. I think we might see. Hey, hate to be like a little Babe Ruth moment here, calling my shot, but we might see a little dunk on action from him on Kara. Look, I'm just gonna call it tonight. I think Kara can test about everything. I don't think Kara's gonna be scared. Going up against.
I mean, if he bangs on him at the Breslin Center, that place is gonna go nuts.
That place will absolutely erupt. I can't wait to watch the game.
It's gonna be a crazy atmosphere. I mean, no matter what happens, I'm excited for the game.
The total's 147.5.
Yeah, 147.5.
Yep, 147.5 is what I just looked at it, and I'm leaning toward taking the over there, just considering. Look,
I mean, they
even
both
if
average, 90 and 80 points.
And I could totally see this being a defensive slugfest, but the refs know the tension. The refs know the rivalry in this game. You can't let it get out of hand. Yeah. That's the first thing, in my opinion, as a referee.
I mean, they average 170 combined, too.
Yeah, and like, that is a good point. But so you look at Michigan State's pace of play, like you said, and it's kind of slower. Yeah. And it makes a little more sense on why that total could be like around where it is. But the way I'm looking at it is like the game's probably going to be close. If the game is even within 2 to 3 possessions toward the end, we're going to see a foul fest where like one team is fouling, the other team shooting free throws, and they're running down, either letting them take layups or shooting contested threes. I like to get 10 points there toward the end of the game, hoping that it's close, hoping that it's a close game where they're able to add points late. And I think that should get you over the total pretty comfortably.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think it's going to come down to this coaching battle between Dusty May and Tom Izzo.
It's such a like dynamic.
It'll be a great chess match to see who they match up with. Bring guys in and out of the game, who they're playing. I'm excited for that part of the game. I mean, Dusty May has been phenomenal at Michigan, as expected. I think when Michigan hired him, I was a little salty as an Indiana fan, knowing that he was a manager back in the day for us, and I was hoping that we'd let go of Woody sooner than we did.
It was like one of those to compare it to the Bears, Eberflus and Ben Johnson things, which like
the timeline just didn't line up.
Exactly,
and that sucks because Dusty May is freaking the man, dude, and that defense is good. I mean, Michigan locks down.
They're a very good unit,
on defense.
Quite frankly, they're so well rounded. Like they have everything you need. They've got multiple big men that can go.
With good, they have good size at all positions.
Lindenborg is such a solid forward, and it's like the crazy thing is he'd be a center on like 90% of D1 teams.
But you got a 7'3",
and he's their power
giant.
Forward, and it's like so. The way I look at the game is, I think Michigan could have a hard time with MSU's ability to turn the ball over. I think that their guards and like specifically keeping the ball in their hand is something that they struggle with from watching Michigan in games that they've lost against Wisconsin and then games that they've kept close against Penn State, which like they should have absolutely blown out of the water. They almost lost to Penn State. They quite frankly should have lost to Penn State, but they ran one of the worst just late game plays I've ever seen. The kid practically dribbled the ball out to 4 seconds and shot like a step back three, down 70-72, down 2 points or whatever the score was.
That's tough.
2-point margin, and
that's tough.
All I'm saying is they've been in these spots before where like even last week or whatever that was, earlier this week when Nebraska played Michigan, and you're looking at that game, and I hate to say it, but like I called that total out, and the entire game Nebraska led.
Yeah,
the entire game. And They lost at the end, and Michigan obviously did what they did, rebounded hard, and just got easy buckets, quite frankly, with their size. And that's practically what was the difference between the game. Nebraska got cold down the stretch, and that was practically the difference. But I'm very excited about this game.
It'll be a good one.
I think that Michigan State has a solid chance to win this game, especially with the atmosphere at home. But
if they can control the pace and slow the game up a little bit.
My brain tells me Michigan.
Yeah, I like Michigan as well. I think Michigan State's got to slow the game up. They really got to execute on offense. I mean, few turnovers, can't turn the ball over much, and get into their stats, get in their plays.
Yeah.
Rough the game up defensively, cause turnovers, tips, do whatever they can to just take Michigan out of what they want to run, because those guys want to get up and down the floor. Other than that, like statistically wise, they're almost even in about everything.
I know,
if not even, they're
pretty crazy comparing that.
Very close to being even. So, as you can see, it's a pick 'em.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em for a reason, man. It's hard to really confidently back either of these teams in the spot.
Yes, I'm excited. I like Michigan.
I kind of do too, man, and it's especially like crazy just considering the environment this place is going to be. Like,
it'll be rowdy.
Not only is that place notoriously hard to play at, it's going to be that rivalry. I mean, that place is going to be absolutely.
Yeah, so I think for my play of the day, which my record's 0-1, even though I took Indiana plus 5.5, I somehow got to Purdue minus 5.5 when that came around at the end of the show. But I'm not waiting.
Put you on the spot, so I'll take that.
That's all right. I'm not waiting. I'm taking Michigan tonight to cover the 1.5 points, win by 2.
Right.
I think it's a lock. I mean, it's going to be. It will be a heck of a game.
I think
Michigan wins. I think Michigan wins.
That's fair. I was just saying though, like I didn't know how you could confidently back either of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
a last 3 possessions of the game. That's when the game will come down to. Like,
yeah,
I don't think either team will run away with it. I don't think either team is going to be up 8-9 points where they're going to have to foul or anything like that. I think it's going to be
that's realistic.
Final 2 or 3 possessions.
So you
shots.
don't think there will be a foul game at the end?
Well, it could come down to the foul game. The last possession, the last 45 seconds. But I think it's gonna be one of those final shots in the final possession that's gonna put one of those teams up and hopefully walk away with a victory for Michigan.
I like it. I think Michigan is trial tested. They've been in these spots. They've played a lot of big games already this year.
They've played a lot of big games.
And yeah, I just think that they've played a lot of big games. I won't say been in an environment like this. This place is going to be absolutely.
This is probably
roaring.
The most hype game that Michigan and Michigan State have had for a long freaking time.
Yeah,
I don't know the last time.
I can't think of a time where a game like this was this hyped.
Like 2016, man. It's coming back around again. 2026,
2016. Who was on that Michigan team?
Maybe Trey Burke. 2017.
It might have been Trey Burke.
So it was probably around that time. So yeah, it'll be a good game. Shout out the Hoosiers again, baby. Freaking victory versus Purdue.
Yes, sir.
I was sick.
Why not, man? Why not the Hoosiers?
Hoosiers dominated the game all game pretty much. Like once they took that lead, I think 24-21, they didn't really look back, and they were up 14 with 9 to play, 8 to play, or something like that. And Purdue came crawling back to make it a much closer game than it seemed from watching. But great freaking win for IU. Bad L for Purdue. 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Who do they have next? Do they have somebody good next?
I hadn't looked. I mean,
whoever Purdue has next, Purdue's got to win. So we'll see. We'll see what they do in their season.
On Saturday.
I think they could possibly have a game today. Nope, they do play Sunday versus Maryland, so they'll probably get back on track versus Maryland if I were to guess.
That's gonna be ridiculous. Too.
Yeah, so gonna be a great college game tonight. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But let's get into the Australian Open a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Phenomenal Final Four matchups last night. Last night. They finished up early in the morning, but
so like today.
Yeah. So
last night.
Great matchups, man. Carlos Alcaraz, the kid. He's unbelievable. Like people ask me, I was talking to some of my teammates, and they're just like, who is he? How can you explain him? And they're like, oh, basketball terms. And I had to laugh because I'm like, it's almost as if a 17-year-old, 18-year-old came into the NBA and just went on to win a ring after ring after ring after losing one, winning one. The dude is unbelievable. He's 22 years old. He's our age.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to complete the Grand Slam.
Career Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Which is
the
youngest ever. Winning all 4 Grand Slams at least once.
Yes.
Which, like, the legends have done it, man, and only the legends. And it's only about, like, 5, maybe 6 people.
Yep.
Rafa Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Rod Laver, Andre Agassi, and there might be one more. I don't think Pete Sampras did it. I think he missed one.
Yeah.
Some American greats, but Andre Agassi too, an American great.
So
he was able to complete.
He's 22 years old, and
he'll be the youngest ever to do it, which it'll cement him. He's already cemented in tennis history, but it's just this is like I think a breaking point to just another level for him. And quite honestly, I can't overstate this enough. That was one of the craziest, if not the craziest match I've ever watched.
Yeah.
So personally, I'll just give you guys a little context. I had a little wager on Carlos, and so I wanted him to retire because he was hurt. Like he completely was cramping. True. Excuse me. And he was cramping very, very, very bad to the point where he couldn't even move. And
Australia's in the summer right now, so at the start of the week this week, for matches that Carlos and other contenders played in, it was 110 degrees on Monday, 105, something like that, just ridiculous. Yeah. So they've been dealing with this heat all week, and these guys got to stay hydrated. But even staying hydrated when you're playing in that atmosphere,
actually it wasn't too bad last night.
It wasn't.
It was still.
It catches up with
90s.
you.
Oh yeah. It was a 5.5, almost 6 hour match.
Yeah, and so such a great game. And for tennis fans or for people who are watching this, because I know a lot of you guys probably haven't explored the tennis world, I would recommend watch the match. Just watch the highlights. Carlos is awesome, dude. If you haven't,
the kid's always smiling. He's having fun.
He's awesome.
Such a good
everyone
sport.
seems to love him. He has so many fans, and that's rare for. It's rare for a player of his stature to be, so loved. Because most of the time when you get to that level, you know,
there's
getting
always haters.
Yeah,
there's always
more
noise.
hate than love. But you know, this guy, he's awesome, man. And so he's now in the championship of the Australian Open, and we do have his matchup, and that is versus Djokovic, who won this morning, versus your pick to win it all, who's now eliminated. Yannick Sinner. Yannick is eliminated.
It's wild that you would think that. I mean, Djokovic was almost a plus 1,000 underdog.
Yeah, opening.
I mean, you bet $10, you win 100. You bet 100, you win 1,000. Like this guy had no business even competing in this match, and he goes out there
from the odd maker's standpoint.
Yeah, of course, we know what Djokovic is.
Yeah,
but it's just all so insane. All things considered, I mean, he's 38 years old. Sinner's in the prime of his life.
Yeah,
Sinner's in the prime of his life, and he's still. I mean, this is Sinner's best surface. He's won this slam twice. He's. It's just you look at that match on paper. You look at that match from the odds maker's perspective, and like, there's no way that Djokovic even competes. The line for the thing was 30.5 games. They didn't even think that it was not only going to go 3 sets Sinner's way, but it was going to be 6-2, 6-2, 6-4, or like just like straight domination, double breaks in every set. I mean, it's not even right to think that Djokovic goes out there, not only beats him, but beats him in a 5-setter where like he totally is dealing with so much more.
Yeah. I think a lot of the media just portraying it as a Sinner Alcaraz final, and just most of the people also believing that due to the fact that these guys are just. We've never seen two players be so dominant, but with that being said,
typically there's at least
at one time, and being so young, like they came out of nowhere, like it wasn't supposed to be these two guys. No one knew about them, and boom, they took the stage and ran with it. So we have a final between Carlos and Djokovic,
which they have already met. This will be their 5th time meeting.
Yes,
in Grand Slam.
And Djokovic took Carlos out last year in the maybe like the last 8 or something, wherever they matched up in the quarterfinals, I think. So it'd be a great.
Of the Australian Open, I believe.
Yes, of the same tournament. Yes.
But
yeah, that's pretty much all with the Open. I have once again. I mean, I already chose Carlos. The last episode.
So the line is out. He's like around a -260, -270 favorite.
Yeah.
As of now.
I mean, it makes sense. I think that sounds like a lot of money to be made on Carlos if you got it, but. It'll be fun to watch.
I'm just worried about the health-wise. Like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see Carlos fully – you got to think he's going to be fully rested and recovered. It's not till Sunday, so they have 2 full days of recovery, good 2 full days of
I think it'll be good. He's a kid. He's good.
You're 22,
right. He's young.
And same with Djokovic. I mean, that was a grueling match. Both matches were absolutely long rallies. Just
they'll be fresh, which is nice.
Tennis.
2 days is nice to get fresh, but I'm excited for it. It'll be a great championship Sunday. What time do you know? What time they're playing?
It's okay.
hopefully good time because it'll probably be in the evening. I'd imagine like 6-7 o'clock here because that would push it to
it's
around
hard to
an early game.
I would say if I were to guess, it'd probably be at 9. If not, it might be at 2 to 3 in the morning because that's like their prime time. So like
but I think it'll be earlier because I know a lot of Americans are looking to watch. They will be at 3:30 a.m. still. Okay, so they're gonna be
that's their prime time. That's like
that's interesting. I don't understand because they know
it's just they don't care, dude. It's the Aussie Open.
Yeah, that's true.
You got the U.S. Open, you got Wimbledon. All the rest of the time zones can. This is their time. They always have to do it the other way around, so they're not gonna cater, and I respect that.
True.
I'm gonna be tuned up and watching it. I already know
it'll be a great one. So, Bill Belichick, man, the guy is one of the best coaches ever. 8 total Super Bowls, just a phenomenal coach, and he's getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame, first ballot. When I saw it, was just, I thought it was lame. I'm just like, a guy like this to be snubbed. First off, his criteria obviously meets the requirements. Second off, we know who he is. Like Billy B is one of the greatest coaches ever. Obviously, there's stuff that comes with that with his. Cheating allegations, Deflategate, all of that. And I think that played a big role into it. But the interesting thing on this story is the fact that now some of these people that were on the board are being investigated for wrongful voting, wrongful criteria of, why they chose to vote the other way. Bill Belichick's the second most winning coach of all time. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's just wrong. It's disgraceful to the sport. I think there's been a lot of cases for players and maybe even other coaches, but players specifically where they should have been.
The Hall of Fame.
Yes, and
or for just longer than they should have, or even entirely.
Yes,
I think you're totally right. But I counter with you with like, man, it's baseball players. There's a lot of baseball players that like Pete Rose, for example, man. It's a very sad truth. Obviously, this is comparing apples to oranges here, kind of. But like,
well, in a sense, I think it's a good.
This is also like old timers, guys that are their choices for Hall of Fame, like the guys that have played in the league in the past, and now they get to choose who gets to go to Hall of Fame because they were Hall of Famer back in the day.
I don't like it, man. I don't like that.
It's just because I feel like guys are most like it's hard for them to respect the younger generation. Like I feel like every time you see it, like you look down in these generations and they're always like, oh yeah, my generation was the best, or like it was way harder in my era, and it's like it just keeps going down the rope, and then eventually like people don't respect the stuff that happened a long time ago because they like compare it to the stuff that's statistics now or whatever.
Yeah.
Scoring and all that kind of different stuff. But what I just say to it is like Belichick, like you said, man, the cheating allegations and not even allegations, the cheating truth. Like the Deflategate was real. It happened. They purposely did the stuff.
Yeah.
You've got other camera Spygate. You've got like these dudes.
He had a lot of shady stuff, and that's almost
fully recording practices.
Ridiculous. Like I can't believe that went on in the NFL at that level.
But to be fair, I guess supposedly other teams were doing it as well.
Yeah,
like to
and
that.
But that's how it always is. No matter who gets
it's like
caught.
stealing signs in baseball, but not really.
Well, it's just like the fact that we might all do it, but who gets caught is the one who's going to get in trouble. So like that's the thing with that. I'll be interested to see what escalates with this story of are these people on the board really going to get suspended or terminated from their job?
I know that one of the gentlemen that kept him off the list was the same guy on like an interview or
I think I saw
on a broadcast like talking about Lamar Jackson when he was coming out, and he was just like practically like
gunning him.
Not gunning him, but he was just like, well, listen, if he's not gonna run his 40 time, like, that's fine. He's like, I've seen enough on the tape to know he can be a all-world receiver, and he's like, he's an elite athlete. He's like, well, if he'll ever throw the ball, he's like, we'll see. He's like, I don't think it'll be enough to win NFL games at the NFL level or whatever. And I think a lot of people were saying that about Lamar coming out of Louisville, but it's like you can't. I mean, it amazes me looking back that people could even have that opinion on the guy, because it's like you look at what he did in his like film at Louisville and just like specifically the otherworldly superstar that he looked like.
Yeah.
He passed the eye test at every single level, and developing as a passer in the NFL is not the craziest thing to do when you're given, when you're thrown into the fire as a rookie. Some kids get PTSD and like never recover from it, but then other cats, get thrown into the fire and they come out like a different mold than they came in.
Lamar's a beast. So yeah, we'll have to see where it goes with Belichick. I wonder how Brady feels. I know their relationship is like rocky from the media standpoint, or from what we know at least. But yeah, I think the last thing we want to talk about a little bit is just like the guys that are professional basketball players and they're making the jump back to college. I'm trying to think. There was just another guy. I think Alabama's big man.
It was Alabama's big.
Yeah, and so he's spent time in the G League. Same thing with the kid on Baylor. Yeah, same thing with the kid on Baylor. Spent some time in the G League. Even got drafted in the second round, and now is back playing college. For me personally, being a college basketball player and being around the game, I don't see the big deal for the fact that there's European kids who have grown up and turned pro and played in these pro systems since they were 17, 18.
That's a good point.
Even 19, 20. I mean, we have kids that are coming over and playing in our conference that have played professional basketball already. So I don't see the difference. And if the NIL money is there, and if they're going to sit there and go to college and be able to develop and also make more money than you're going to make in the G League or in a lower division overseas, I think you should go for it. So
and quite honestly, probably get more playing time
and get more playing time.
And you're on a way bigger platform. Like there is no doubt, college basketball is the preferred spot of where guys are looking for like a high level talent. It's like obviously they're looking at the Euro leagues now. They're looking at all kinds of different pro leagues. But college basketball is just it's the most televised thing. You're going to hear about it the most. You're going to see about it on ESPN. They're never going to break down EuroLeague games. They're never going to break down games in Serbia.
Yeah.
And
the kid who checked in for Alabama on I think Monday
getting
or
like
Tuesday.
Probably.
Well, no, immediately he checked in and had a dunk, and I mean, just came
I
through
think
the
the
lane
Bama
on
kid is
drop
a
off.
little more developed than the Baylor.
I
so
think
far,
so.
Najee's
And
only
it was just like,
averaging,
dang,
2 points.
immediately make an impact. I mean, he's probably been on campus for like a week. I don't
It's
know
just-
how the players.
I'm
I would be
amazed that
curious.
They're so just able to just join back the team, like join the team like mid-season, not knowing any plays, and the coaches are like, yeah, we're just gonna roll.
Well,
I'm just very surprised. And like
college
you said,
basketball is different though, in the sense like
you said,
nowadays, like you don't really need to run 50 different plays, and also basketball is a set based game. Like most of the sets are going to be translatable from where you play. Like there's
True, it's a
only
lot of
so
horns
many actions.
actions.
Well, there's just only so many actions in the game. So being a
Right.
ball player, you can adapt. Obviously, you're not going to know it.
especially as a big too.
And as a big, it's a little easier as a big.
Like, you don't have
usually
to
got as much.
You're right, and I think there's a reason that guard hasn't transitioned back, because it's like so far a guard hasn't
Yeah,
transitioned.
I think there might.
There might,
be
but
some
I'm talking
guards.
about guys that are coming in and just going to control like the tempo of the team.
yeah.
You've got to have not only like a good relationship with your players, but you've got to have a
Yeah, there's a lot that comes with
know
that.
the plays
It's like a
by the
quarterback.
know the plays back and by hand.
Yeah.
Know where to get guys at. Know where your certain teammates like the ball, because that's a real thing too. As like a basketball player in the past, you know where certain guys like to shoot from. You know where guys' shot pockets are, where they can get the ball off the quickest at, where they like to catch the ball in the post, certain areas for big men. It's just like knowing that stuff. It's very hard to come in. It would be very hard to come in as like any kind of guard to transition back and then really get significant playing time on your team. But so spin this a little bit. Now that we've talked about kind of your opinion on that, I think it's not, like you said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think we should blame the players, man. Like it's really about the system. It's about the failed
people that are
NCAA system.
Yes, and I think majority of the people that are blaming the players or have something to say on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever they may say something on. I mean, those are people who have never
really played
the sport. Are sitting there tweeting from their couch, and it's like, dude, you don't understand. Like, my life can change by me enrolling in college and getting $500,000 worth of NIL, getting a chance to now showcase my talent, to maybe get drafted. It is a little interesting with the guy who has gotten drafted.
Yeah, I think it's a little. It's it's gray line.
But
like, it's kind of hairy, to be honest. But
we'll see. This is going to be big for the NCAA and what they're going to do with this. They're going to have to make some changes, some choices, and
they'll have to,
how they
no
go
doubt.
about this NIL and just everything that goes with it. But it's an interesting time in college sports. It's an interesting time
very
in
interesting.
pro sports.
So, but no, what I was going to say also with that was just talking specifically about people transitioning back. How about some freshmen transitioning in? I mean, this freshman class is absolutely ridiculously loaded. It's 1 through 15. I think would be a lottery pick in the last 5 years. There's
guys
potentially
all over.
1 through 20.
There's a lot of ballers this year.
And that's not even. We're just talking freshman class. We're not even considering these guys that have developed over time and now are sophomores and juniors and
seniors
even seniors that
be a
are
few that get
absolutely
drafted.
balling,
Yeah.
and they will get drafted late first round, second round, potentially even first round for some guys, depending how old they are.
Yeah.
But there are absolute this draft is so special. I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it's a long time away. So it's very fun to see these college players go at it too. And we've got obviously a little bit of away now, like maybe a couple more days. BYU versus Kansas, number 1 versus number 2 pick, and ironically, number 1 in their class and number 2 in their class. Darren Peterson and AJ Bonanza going head to head in a big time matchup.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
In Lawrence,
we'll have to talk
Lawrence,
about that.
Kansas.
But guys, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate the love you guys have shown.
Seriously.
We're gonna keep getting into this, keep getting better at it as it goes on. Different segments. Probably get into a little bit more of different avenues of what we talk about, how we talk about it. But
we really do appreciate it. Can't overstate it enough.
Yeah. Did you give your play of the day out?
I did not get my play of the day.
What's your play of the
Thank
day?
you for reminding me. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna rock with the over 147.5 in the Michigan State
like
game.
I think
we're gonna see, even if it's not a big total toward the end of the game. I think the fouls and or potential late game shots could get us over that total. It might be a sweaty one depending how the refs call this, but I also think, like I said about
even
the
if the
referees
refs
earlier,
call it tight, it means more time on the clock. Clock stopping.
and that's what. No, I'm saying like if they let them just slugfest it out and it's just like no fouls, that could be a spot because Big Ten refs are known to do that compared to the SEC.
Yes,
There's a reason you see these SEC games and they're 168, 175 and a half total points, and then you look at a Big Ten game and it's barely 142 in an Iowa and blah 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 game, and it's because not only do they slow the ball down, typically play at a better pace, run more set space stuff, not just run and gun out the gym. But these referees in these Big Ten games are known they're gonna play this style of ball, so like we're not gonna necessarily call fouls all night. I think you've got to, it's a big rivalry game. Like you said, the atmosphere is going to be going absolutely nuts. You got to keep it in tone if you're on a referee. You got to be calling this game tight. Hopefully those bonuses, they get in the bonus. One team, all that's got to happen is one team gets in the bonus a little bit early, and then those. That's my play of the day. We're going to go even money at 147.5. We're going to rock out. I'm 1-0 so far. Technically a little bit better than that from episode 1, but we're not keeping track yet. So rocking out with that.
Michigan and the over in the game. You can take it as a parlay, take it straight, whatever you want to do.
Bet responsibly, folks.
Yes.
Seriously, if you guys have any certain things you'd like to see improved or suggestions, even jerseys, like you said, on the wall, potentially we could order some. We really we'd love to hear any comments, questions you guys have.
Yeah, for sure.
We really are thankful for everybody subscribing and liking the videos and commenting. It means a lot to us, and
dope.
We hope that we can continue to do this and hopefully, obviously, make it back to the next NFL season.
Yeah, and as
talk draft stuff, there's going to be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and as this season transitions out of football and stuff, we'll be getting closer to basketball playoffs. Obviously, All-Stars coming up, so there'll be a lot of good stuff to talk about. And like I said, we'll see.
Where else we venture out into the show, but Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in episode 4.